Hello, I am Nalini and I'm excited to bring this episode of Insights Corner. Don't get hung up on the numbers. If you have a high risk project that is littered with unknowns, you have limited information and limited expertise, it can become really difficult to define the numbers. You know, the number that you depend on to determine if this is going to be a success or not. In this episode of Insights Corner, we will share three strategies to help with this type of high risk project. It is unfortunate, but some leaders get caught in the trap of believing that if they don't have the numbers, then they don't have the confidence to pursue high risk initiatives, and instead opting to pursue low reward, low or small return on investment, slow growth initiative. So, what can you do if you have a high risk project? Don't get hung up on the numbers, get obsessed with progress. Now, before we look at some strategies to help us not get hung up on the numbers, let's look at two benefits of progress. The first benefit of progress is that progress creates confidence. You see, incorrect numbers tend to frustrate and demotivate your team, especially if they don't buy into the number or don't have confidence in the number. Whereas progress, seeing the needle move in the right direction towards the achievement of your goal, tends to excite and encourage your team to continue trekking forward. The second benefit of progress is that progress saves you money. You see, when you measure progress, you're able to identify what is working and weed out what is not working, reducing the overall cost of your project by weeding out what isn't working very early in the process. Strategy 1: Success Principles. Success principles are qualitative statements defining or describing what success is. It can be what you need to do in order to be successful, what you need to achieve, and how you need to behave in order to achieve success. Success principles are like an itemized version of your initiative mission statement. The purpose of success principles are: 1. It helps provide guidance through the execution of your initiative, and it helps resolve conflicts effectively. Strategy 2: Measure progress of your most critical activities. What do you need to do in order to make progress towards your goals? And what are the activities that you must complete successfully in order to be successful? Identify these and measure it. Strategy 3: The deal breakers or the non negotiables. Now, given that this is a high risk project, it is more important than ever to identify what the risks are, the deal breakers, the items that, if it materializes throughout the execution of your project, has the potential to completely wipe out your return on your investment. Now, let's look at an example in which we could apply these strategies to a high risk project littered with uncertainty. An example could be you are a growing company and you would like to expand into a new market. This is your first market expansion, so you don't have the skill sets or the expertise internally. There is still quite a lot of unknowns, and you have limited information. Strategy 1: A success principle. A success principle could be only to expand into a market that is within your time zone. And the reason for this could be because you don't want to expand your workforce or increase your operating costs just to service this additional market. You may already have the capacity to service an additional market. Strategy 2: Identify the critical items and measure progress. Now, if I am expanding into a new market, I would develop a product capability matrix. This is where I would list all of the market capabilities that are necessary for this product to be successful, and I would complete a product comparison for each of the competitive products in the marketplace. The benefits of this is multifolded. First, I would be able to see progression in the execution of my activities. How many competitive analysis am I completing daily, weekly, or monthly? Secondly, I would be able to see how my products are stacked against the competitive products in the marketplace, and very early be able to identify how I am performing on those monetizable capabilities. And thirdly, very early in the process, I would be able to determine which markets are the lucrative markets and which markets I would like to stay clear from. Strategy 3, the deal breaker. Now, if I'm a young growing company, I may not have the deep pockets to go up against the major competitors in the marketplace. So, if I'm looking at a market to grow in, my strategy could be to grow discreetly and stay clear of those competitors with the resources to slay me or decimate my company. So there you are, folks. Three progress number alternative strategies that are promising when it comes to high risk, limited information, limited expertise projects. So in moment of uncertainties, when you have these high risk projects and you don't have the expertise or limited information, hire us. We would be able to help you with your number alternative strategies, developing your accountability framework, and work with you so you can take your initiative to the next level. However, if you have the resources when embarking on these high risk projects with limited expertise, insights, and a high degree of uncertainty, do not hesitate. Change your approach by focusing on progress instead of getting hung up on the numbers. And look at how effective number alternative strategies can be in taking your business to the next level. So, to recap, three strategies for high risk projects littered with uncertainty or unknowns are: 1. Define your success principles and make sure that everyone on the team agrees with these principles. 2. Identify your most critical activities required in order to be successful and measure your progress. And 3. Identify your deal breakers or your non negotiables and forge ahead with confidence. This has been your host, Nalini Manik, Strategy Director at NMCS. Be strategic.